It's actual video footage. And I think out of my last 5 years, I can't remember a time where I actually still needed the real-time footage. But I have all of it still. I have all of it. So this is like, why bother? Here we go, guys. You guys ready? And let me just call up my reference on this end. Here, I'm gonna move you guys over just a little bit. Call my reference on my phone as well. Okay. Here we go, guys. Here we go. You guys ready? Here we go. Starting the clock. Starting the clock. At 3:10 a.m. We're going to 3:10 a.m. tomorrow. You let me know what time it is for you. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Timer started. Let's go. There you go. There you go. Drawing Namor. Okay, so we are going to start drawing episode 1. So this is going to be like very similar to how I did like my Star Wars mural, for example. Okay, so we're going to have sub-goals here, okay? So every 3 hours, I'm going to try to finish an episode. Every 3 hours, okay? Every 3 hours. So by 6 o'clock in the morning, I want to finish drawing this one, episode 1, or this tribute to episode 1 anyway. Okay? So again, guys, full spoilers, so let's talk about it, alright? Love you too, No Name. There you go. 2:10 in Winnipeg. There you go. 12 o'clock in the morning for Steve. So that means it's on the West Coast. There you go. 10 p.m. for Artie Animations right now. So who am I drawing right now? Who do you guys think I'm drawing right now? So, let's see here. It's going to be way bigger than the 1,000 minute one. It is, Robert. It's going to be double the size of the 1,000 minute one. It's going to be double the size. And I will admit, guys, again, yesterday, I will admit yesterday I did lay this out. Okay, so I know where this is going. I know what I want to include. Right, go. And I have big goals and small goals. Okay, I got big goals and small goals with this. So it's like I have things that I need to have and things that would be nice to have, right? But I'm gonna do all the things that I think would work. So whatever, it's like we'll do the minimum first, and then if I have time, I will go ahead and add more to it, okay? Alright, so, let's see here. 8 o'clock in the UK, 8 o'clock in the morning, good. You can draw all day with me, my friend. There you go. Alright, so, yeah, 3 hours, 3 hours, okay? So that is the plan. And so, it's like every episode will be drawn on an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. That's the goal. Okay. So there you go. All right. So can you guys, if you guys have any Mandalorian questions, thoughts on the series, let me know now. Let's go. Let's start off with general thoughts on the series. Okay, guys? You have any general thoughts on the series? Now is the time. I'll tell you right off the bat, before we go into full spoilers here. I will say that this series really kind of unified a lot of the Star Wars audience, which I think is fantastic. It really, really did. Like, there's some who didn't like the ending. I get that. But you can't deny that it really brought back the excitement for Star Wars. I'm way more excited than I was after Rise of Skywalker. I loved Rise of Skywalker too, but also, you know, it's also like a fandom thing too, right? Like you could tell half the fans did not like that movie, half the fans did not like Last Jedi. I'll admit I'm one of those who wasn't too happy about it. I'll admit to you guys. I can admit that now. Now that I'm not working for Disney anymore, or not working for Star Wars anymore. You know, part of me, I'll admit to you guys right now, and you guys will be the first to hear this. Part of me wants to start a new channel, just focusing on Star Wars art. I'll be completely honest with you. I'm definitely considering it. But then again, you know, like my main channel is pretty much Star Wars, but I have a lot to catch up on the Star Wars side. Like I haven't watched a single episode of Clone Wars or Rebels. I haven't watched a single episode of it. And I was thinking, you know, maybe next year, I could take next year to catch up. Maybe watch an episode a day live on that channel. You know, watch an episode a day. Start to, because, you know, it brought me back. To be, I'll be totally honest. Like that series really brought that passion back. I kind of lost it. I kind of lost that passion, you know. So they did, Robert. Robert says, I didn't expect episode 8 to be huge. They really connected it to, I don't know what's wrong with my monitor. My monitor keeps flashing on. Connect to the rest of the Star Wars universe. I totally agree with that, my friend. Totally agree with it. Blarp says the favorite thing in Star Wars was, okay, full spoilers now, you've been warned, Luke's green lightsaber. That's right. And that's how it was spoiled, my friend. That was exactly how I was spoiled. I was spoiled because I opened Twitter, again, my own fault. You have no one to blame but myself. My own fault. I opened Twitter, the very first words I saw trending, number one trending, Luke Skywalker. That was the number one thing trending. I was like, man. Didn't ruin it for me. Did not ruin it for me, but I wish I would have found that out watching the episode as opposed to learning about it on stream. So there you go. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. You know, like I've caught up on any Rebels and things, so I want to do that because it's fun, man. This franchise, it's just fun. It's just fun, right? So we'll see, guys. Okay, so we're gonna start inking, guys, right away. What time is it now? It's 3:16. So I have about. Let me. You know what? Let's time these elements before I go any further. I'm gonna time these elements. It's always nice to have a plan, guys, to get started. So things I'm gonna draw in here. I'm gonna draw a little bit of Boba Fett in here. Of course, I'm gonna draw Mando a couple times. Not Boba Fett, but Cobb Vanth in a couple of areas, right? Blarp says, sucks, had to delete my apps. It was my own fault. Like, I knew it. It's my own fault. I turned on Twitter. I should have known. Use the Force, Rhombus. I should have used the Force. So let me count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 elements, main elements here. So divided that by, so if it was, so for 3 hours, roughly around, 20 to 30 minutes per element. Okay, so that's what we'll do. Okay, 20 to 30 minutes per element. So again, guys, if you have a nice plan, you do the minimum and then whatever you have time for. That's what you got to be doing. Okay, so see, Artie, you're smart. Didn't check any social media, and I should have known better. I definitely should have known better. Again, I don't blame anyone but myself. That's I'm not gonna blame Twitter. I'm not gonna blame the people on Twitter. I knew what I was gonna get into. I knew it. I was just hoping, I just wanted to check what was trending. It's my own fault. Because I should have known what would be trending in the morning. I should have known. So Robert brought a big point here. So Baby Yoda was killed by Kylo Ren on the island. Well, that's what was implied. And that's what everybody's thinking, right? That's why Kylo was trending for quite the while, right? Kylo Ren was trending for quite the while. But let's start off. Let's get a little bit focused with our talk here right now. Let's start talking about. Let's go right to episode 1. All right, we'll start talking about episode 1 because that's what I'm drawing here. Okay. Let's start off right with the Jon Favreau directed episode. And how about kudos to Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni for bringing back the kid, you know? It really brought back the kid in me this entire series. But to be honest, though, like again, you guys know that, by the way, Matt Lanois says I'm Filipino. It's funny because it's like a French last name, right? I had a good buddy when I was in grade school. His name was Cliff Lanois. He was like my best friend, one of my best friends when I was in grade, like kindergarten up to grade 4. But that's why Matt. That's cool. That's funny. But anyway, salute to them, man. Salute to them. Like that's one guy I would love to have lunch with. Both of them actually, Dave Filoni and especially Jon Favreau. I'm a huge fan of Jon Favreau. Really ignited. And again, I didn't really start when I was a kid, but I felt like a kid watching all this stuff. You know, I just felt like a kid watching all this stuff. So let's talk about the first episode, the one and only episode that Jon Favreau actually directed himself. It was like a mini movie. It really felt like a mini movie, this entire episode. Now, one thing, and I mentioned this before. I mentioned this in my previous streams before that I noticed. There was a lot of. I think you would enjoy this series even more. And no, I know definitely you would enjoy the series even more if you were a fan of all of the shows of the Clone Wars. If you watched all the Clone Wars and stuff, I could only imagine how much more I would have enjoyed the show if I watched Clone Wars and Rebels and all that stuff, definitely. And they really did try to reward a lot of those people who were invested in those things, right? Invested in the books. And Cobb Vanth, who I'm drawing here, if you didn't know, that's who I'm drawing here, Cobb Vanth. He is from the books, right? He was the guy who found Boba's armor in the books. Though, from what I understand, I heard that he did not find it the way that they found it in the books, right? So, but I found him really very, very cool character, amazing actor to play him, Timothy Olyphant. Now, I'll be honest, I've never seen Timothy Olyphant in anything, though apparently he's been in a lot of great stuff. So maybe you guys have seen him, because I don't watch a lot of TV, guys. You guys know that I don't watch a lot of television, so there. But I thought he was pretty fantastic. The Olyphant. Because I remember the first time we saw him, I was like, in the Boba Fett armor, because they wanted to imply that it was Boba Fett, but not Boba Fett. I was like, that he's pretty skinny for Boba Fett. But though, if you look back at Jeremy Bulloch, rest in peace, Jeremy Bulloch, who just died, passed away, the guy who originally played Boba Fett. Like, he wasn't the most built guy either, right? He wasn't the most built. He wasn't the most built, muscular person in the world either. But, it looked like the armor was too big for him. When this guy showed up on screen, it felt like it was too big for him, right? Yeah, so there you go. See, Robert says, I kind of expected Boba Fett to make a cameo in the first episode and pop out later in the series. Yeah, for sure. And we'll get to Boba Fett in a second, right? But at first you didn't know what to make of this character. You didn't know if he was a good guy or a bad guy, and then of course he was very integral in the plot for this one. And to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised, right? I think it's guaranteed this guy's coming back for the Book of Boba Fett series coming out. For those of you who didn't know, that was the end credit scene. Book of Boba Fett coming out in December next year, which they are filming now. And I wouldn't be surprised if this guy was going to be a big part of that, and he should be. I thought he played this part fantastic. The movie, right? RD Animation says, when he showed up in the bar with the armor, I actually crapped my pants because I thought I knew Boba Fett survived. I knew he was coming. That's right. It was foreshortening, as we say. Or is it foreshortening? No, foreshortening is the drawing term. That's the artist talking to me. Foreshadowing. Foreshadowing. That's the term we want. Foreshadowing. Definitely foreshadowing. But one thing that still bugs me, guys, it's like I want them to explain why Boba never tried to get it off this guy. Because he definitely could have, right? Mr. John Wick Boba Fett. Like, why didn't Boba Fett get the armor off this guy? Why did he have to chase the Mandalorian down on a different planet to get the armor when he could have just got it off this guy on the same planet? You know what I mean? Maybe it took him a while to heal. Maybe it was just finally fully healed from surviving the Sarlacc pit. That's one thing that still I don't get. Maybe that's something they're going to explore in the series. I'm probably sure they'll... That's one thing that I noticed. They helped fill the holes a lot with this series. They filled a lot of those holes, so yeah. Claimed the throne in Jabba's palace took with ease, no one to stop him. That's right, Artie, right? He took over Jabba's palace with ease. Well, of course, he was wearing the armor. But so why couldn't he take the armor from Cobb Vanth? The beginning. Like, oh well. So it's just something that kind of, because like, what? Well, I hope they explain. This was just something I hope they explain. I don't really care too much, but there you go. Ours here. Gotta go now. Really glad I caught the stream. Well, come back later, buddy. 24 hours, my friend. 24 hours. Let's see here. Yeah, it says the ending was so good, and we'll get to there soon, my friend. We'll get to there a little bit later. Right. So yeah, and we'll definitely talk about Luke and the CG again. Now it's always interesting to get opinions on the CG coming from a CG artist. Okay, you guys know I've worked in film. I've worked in film for 9 years. So I know what it takes. I know what it takes to get something like that out, especially on the TV side. And of course, watching it again too. I think also in the moments when I watched it the first time, in the moments, and because what's called it? Watching it the first time in the moments, you think a certain way, and then you watch it again. And I watched that episode, I think, about 3 times afterwards, 3-4 times afterwards. Because I watched, that was the only episode 8, or chapter 16, as we say. That was the only episode where I didn't watch it with the family. Mainly because I needed to know a few details, because I'll admit to you guys, we already have something planned for this particular video. Okay? So when this video hits on the main channel, you saw what I've been doing with the main channel recently. We already planned out. I knew I was going to be doing this drawing. So we actually planned something out already, which you guys will see on Wednesday. So I needed to know certain details to get Kevin going on a few things. Okay, so you guys will see that, all right? But this was the only episode where I actually watched it without the family, because the family, they had school. It was the last day of school, actually, before the break. And now think about it, maybe I should have just woke them up early. And maybe we'll do that. We'll probably do that for WandaVision. We're going to probably do that for WandaVision. I'm actually thinking about, again, guys, I think about making a channel where I'm going to be doing watch-alongs. I'm going to be doing watch-alongs, guys. And so the watch-alongs, very similar to how Star Wars Theory does it. Pretty much it's just me watching it. Maybe I'll be doing some sketching during it. And then you guys can watch along with me. But you will need Disney Plus. Of course, I can't play it. You will need Disney Plus to watch it. So it'd be very boring if you don't have Disney Plus, because it will just be there. Be watching it. But I think I might do that for most of the Disney shows. That's why I'm thinking about making a third channel. I don't know if I should make a third channel or if I should do that on this channel. Maybe you guys could let me know if you guys want me to do that. Because I'm thinking about having a dedicated Star Wars channel just for me watching the Clone Wars, Rebels. I want to get caught up, guys. I really do. I really want to get caught up. You know, do some more dedicated Star Wars art. That showed what this show did to me, man. Showed it. There you go. Watch raise. There already says watch along, right? With the watch along, can we see the show through your video feed? No, we can't do that because then it will be put down. It will be taken off. So, you guys would be down for a watch along, right on? So you guys would be happy with a watch along, right? So let's go, because again, I haven't seen any. Like, I think maybe I've seen 1 or 2 episodes of the Clone Wars. They're just glancing because my kids were watching. But me personally, I haven't watched any of it. So I want to get caught up. I do. I want to be a true Star Wars fan. Yeah, I'm a true Star Wars fan. How are we doing for time here? Now, this is the biggest face in the piece. This is the biggest face, so I don't mind spending a little bit more time on this one. So again, guys, I'm taking a good enough stance with this entire artwork, by the way, as I'm going through this, mainly because, you know, I want to make sure I get to everything. So it's like I'll do the minimum for every part and then go back and see if I have time to fix it up a little bit. So that's fine. I already love the Clone Wars series, so we'll definitely watch that, buddy. So if you guys want to do a Clone Wars watch along with me, that's definitely something we're gonna do. And you're gonna see my reaction, first time reaction to all of this stuff, because I don't know much. To be honest, guys, I don't know much about it. Now, if we're gonna watch the Clone Wars series, should I be starting? Let me ask you then, Artie, and maybe you guys could tell me. Should I be starting? Like I've seen the Clone Wars movie. Should I be starting with that before going into the Clone Wars series? And secondly, should I be watching Clone Wars first and then watch Rebels, or can I watch both at the same time? That's my question. There you go. That's my question to you guys. Should I be watching both at the same time, or can I? Because then what we could do is that, like, in the mornings I'll do a watch along for both. We'll watch an episode of Clone Wars and we'll watch an episode of Rebels. So it's like 30 minutes, an hour of my day starting to catch up on these things. No, directly into Clone Wars. We don't need to start with the Clone Wars movie. Oh, I should watch Clone Wars first. So maybe we can start that. We can start by doing a watch along with Clone Wars. Clone Wars first, right? So a lot of you guys are saying Clone Wars first. So I agree. I agree with you guys. I agree. Let me just open my Google Drive here. My monitor sucks. I don't know what's going on with my monitor, guys. My monitor keeps flashing on and off. The power's on. You know, like, everything's on. I just don't get why it's doing this. Okay, guys, I think I need to move on. Let's move on to... Let's go to the front here, guys. Let's move on to our good friend, Mr. Bring this up a little bit. Go down here. You can already see I kind of laid them out already. What's the longest you've gone without drawing something? Oh no, it's like I've gone years without drawing something. Like again, guys, I've been when I was working at visual effects, I wasn't really drawing, right? I was modeling. I was doing 3D. That was completely different than drawing. So I have gone a while without drawing a little bit. Look, Baby Yoda, I'm drawing you. I'm drawing you. So, and Ahsoka is growing up the Rebel. So Clone Wars series first. So I should watch. So you guys think I should watch Clone Wars all first and then Rebels? Should I do that? Yeah, I'm drawing you. I'm drawing you. That's right. Had to art block for 3 straight months. Yeah, it's it's always tough. Art block is one of those things. It's it's hard sometimes. Said yes is what happened to the Infinity Saga Mural. We will get back to that. I stopped it because, let's be honest, a lot of the times with these videos, it's timing. And not enough people viewed it, in my mind, to finish it. Now, we will. And I think I will jump on to that in the new year, guys. That's definitely something we will jump on right away in the new year, because especially WandaVision's coming out mid-January. So people are going to be remember that is going to be their first taste of MCU after after Endgame. Can you believe that? That's going to be their first taste of MCU. Well, after Spider-Man, actually, after Spider-Man, that's going to be their first taste of MCU. So we will definitely do it then. Okay, guys. So I will finish it. I will finish it. That is coming back. I just put it on the hiatus because at the time when we were doing it, I'll be honest, not a lot of people cared. At the time, enough for me to put that much effort into it, but now, I'd say the interest is coming back, so I definitely will do it, but I don't think I'll separate it to parts anymore. We're definitely gonna. I think I'm just gonna do the whole thing in a week. I'll take a week, do the whole thing, and just get it out there. So that is the plan for now, guys. Let's see here. We're gonna make a piece for the new Marvel movies. No. Well, we'll see. Probably. Just because you guys like it, right? It probably wouldn't be anything official. And I'll tell you guys right now, like maybe what's something we could talk about. Hey, Michael's here. How you doing, brother? Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. Ned's dad. That's right. Why not draw something I want to draw? Well, to be honest, all of this I want to draw, but I also want the maximum amount of people to watch it at the same time. So, And then that's the life of a YouTuber. If I'm going to dedicate, for example, that thing, if I'm dedicating a week of my life to a certain thing, it has to earn me money too. It has to earn me money also. That's the problem, right? That's the unfortunate problem with all this stuff. Like, I got bills to pay, right? So if it's not performing, I can't keep doing it. Even though like a certain amount of people want to do it, doesn't mean everybody wants me to do it at that particular time. So there's a good and a bad thing about doing it this way. Which is why, well, that's why. So there you go. Charles is ready for the next wave of Marvel movies until they start coming out again. We're waiting. There you go, Charles. I agree, my friend. But for the most part, I am doing I'm only drawing something I want to draw, like all this stuff. I want to draw this. Everything you see me draw on my channel, I want to draw at the time, right? So, but of course, there's being patient, maximizing your time with everything. Hey, Matsumi's finally done. There you go. Hello, Sadia. There you go. There you go. Geothir just watched the end of Mandalorian. So what do you think, my friend? What do you think? So it'll be interesting to see how going forward, how this show's going to fare without Baby Yoda, or what's going to happen. Is he going to come back? Is he going to come back? And that was a huge question. That was a huge question when the series was done. It's like, what happens to him? Does he suffer the same fate as everyone who was in that school? Does he suffer that same fate? Or does he get out? Or will he return to Din? Will he return to Din in future episodes? But I think Din already has his hands full, guys. Like we have that whole question. They left a whole possibility open in him because technically, Din rules Mandalore now, right? Din is the rule. Isn't Din the rightful ruler of Mandalore now? Right? For those of you who aren't sure, Din is, of course, the Mandalorian. Isn't Din the rightful ruler of Mandalore now? How are we doing for time, guys? Oh, lots of time. So they set him up really well, like for that conflict, right? Like the Mandalorian could be like everything on Mandalore now. It's like all Mandalorians now, right? And then have them maybe reunite near the end or something like that, but they could definitely do something like that. Because the Mandalorian did turn into the Baby Yoda show. Like, let's be honest here. It did. But I think that, they're smart. The people at Disney, John Favreau, they're smart enough to have a direction. They know where they're going already with all of this. It just set up something really, really interesting, Is Bo-Katan now the enemy, right? At the end of the day, so that's what's going to happen. So now Joseph says, if you could design concept drop posters for any series or movie, what would it be? That's a good question. I don't know, guys. Like, it's one of those things where it's just nice to say that you did it. I don't know if that really excites me to do something like that, because I know the amount of effort, the back and forth. I know the hard parts about doing that. But again, I haven't really done one before. Like I've done those murals, But I've been very lucky that where Marvel gave me or Disney gave me the carte blanche to do whatever I wanted, with very, very minimal interference. Let's just call it that. Like there were some things that they wanted me to change and stuff like that, but it hasn't been anything crazy. Posters are hard, guys. Movie posters are hard. You know why? Because a lot of those actors, they have right of refusal to how they are portrayed in movie posters. Like for example, some actors in their contract. You know, they have a percentage clause. How much they are in that poster, how big their head has to be compared to everyone else. Like there's all these little factors going into posters. That's why it's definitely not an easy job per se. So kudos to, like, for example, my buddy Mr. Paul Shipper. If you guys know Paul Shipper, he does a lot. He's like the new Drew Struzan. I call him that, the new Drew Struzan. In fact, his work looks so much like Drew Struzan. A lot of people believe that he's Drew Struzan. It's a tough job. I would like to do it just once, just to say I did it, you know. But yeah, I'd love to do like a start. You know what I would want to do? Maybe not a movie poster, but like one of those Mondo posters. I would love to be a Mondo poster artist. Those look like fun. And a lot of them do have like a comic book style. Those people who do the Mondo posters. So, let's see here. The CGI and fight scenes in Mandalorian Season 2 are so bad. Even the original trilogy have better CGI. Okay, you know, that's your opinion. I respect your opinion, my friend. And if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. So you're not wrong, because that's exactly how you feel. Okay. Now, I would also like to reiterate to you, and not to stick up for the VFX, right? But let's say this. VFX that you could see, that you could notice, technically that is bad VFX. Because VFX, the job of a VFX artist is to not take you out of the movie with the VFX. The job of a VFX artist is to complement the story, okay? And have you believe what you are seeing is real. That's the job of a VFX artist. In fact, the job of the VFX artist is to stay invisible. Good VFX, you can't tell is there. And I will guarantee to you, my friend, Mr. X Pauly, especially coming VFX artist, actually knowing people. I know a lot of people who work on The Mandalorian. I know a lot of people. My former company, Pixamundo, they did a lot of the VFX thing. I guarantee to you, the stuff that you are looking at that you say is bad VFX, and you know what, I agree. If you think they're bad VFX, then they're definitely bad VFX because you notice them. So you are not wrong. You are not wrong at all. But I guarantee you, the thing you thought would be VFX, that's only 5% of the movie that was actually VFX. I guarantee to you guys, especially knowing behind the scenes, 95% of the VFX that you see on there, you don't even know is there. I guarantee that. I guarantee that. Okay? There you go. So, of course, I notice the VFX. I notice things that you guys don't see. I notice a lot of things you guys don't see. Right? So, there you go. So no, I'm not saying you're wrong at all. I'm not saying you're wrong at all. I'm not saying you're wrong at all, my friend. If you thought that was bad VFX, then that was it, right? Could the Luke scene be better? For sure. Like, there's no denying that. There's no denying that. Especially after the second and third viewing. After all the hype of Luke is died, of course you can see. There's some, like him nodding his head. There was definitely some issues there. There were definitely some issues there. I think for what it was. And let me also say this. Anyone who is doing something where we know it's fake is doomed from the start. It's doomed from the start. And you're gonna get that. When we know that Luke can't possibly be real. right? When we know that Luke can't possibly be real, that's doomed for, no matter how good like that CG looked. No matter how good it looked. I think we'll always find something wrong with it. Okay? Now, that wasn't the best. Of course, that definitely wasn't the best de-aging we've seen. Or even if they used de-aging, they could have went full CG with that. But there were just some things, issues in there that, you know, that could have been better for sure. But we're not there yet. The technology's not there yet, guys. Even with deepfakes, it's not 100% there yet. Mainly because, guys, like, humans are the hardest thing to pull off in CG. At the end of the day, it's the hardest thing. Because we see that every day. And it's the type of thing where, you know, because we see it every day, our minds know immediately when it's wrong. Our minds know exactly when it's wrong. So it's something that's going to take a long time for them to figure it out, to do a full CG character, right? Now again, in the background, with explosions and all that stuff, they're only on screen for such a short period of time that you know, that we don't really notice. But when you're doing a full-fledged talking character, it's really tough. So as advanced as the technology has gotten, as advanced as all these programs have gotten, it's not quite there yet. It's not quite there yet. It will, but it's not quite there yet. But I'll tell you this: for all the time people are banging on digital doubles and mocking digital doubles, rightfully so. Rightfully so. A lot of the times, digital doubles, they look pretty bad. There are a lot of times there's a digital double and you had no idea. There's a lot of time there's a digital double and you had no idea it was a digital double. There's a lot of time in Marvel movies where they completely replace the character and you had no idea. A lot of times, right? So it's just the way it is, and that's fine. That's fine. So I'm not going to bag anyone or berate anyone for complaining about VFX. Hey, you have every right to, and I'll complain about it too. I should be the first one to complain about it, right? So. Yeah, sorry. It's not like CGI has the same budget as a movie. No, that's true. That's true. Though to be fair too, they did pour a lot of money into it. So that's why I'm actually very, very excited for the Gallery series. You know, the Gallery series is coming out next week. To see the behind the scenes on how they did all of this stuff, stagecraft. But also, you know, to be honest with you, I was looking at some of the behind the scenes for last season. Even though there was stagecraft, they were using the stagecraft technology. There were still a lot of times they used blue screen. I saw a lot of shots where they used blue screen for the Mandalorian. There were still a lot. People think that stagecraft makes it cheaper. Nah. They still have to build those sets. They still have to do a lot of stuff to build those stagecraft sound stages. That's super duper expensive. So I will push back on anyone who says that's cheaper. It's definitely not cheaper. It's definitely not. But it gives it more realistic. It makes it more. It's easier for the actors because they could tell where they are. They know what they're looking at. It's better for the directors because they could already see what's on screen and what it's going to look like immediately without having to imagine it. So there's pros and cons to everything, guys. At the end of the day, pros and cons to everything. So yeah, that's true, Artie. Right? So it's always interesting to see, you know, So. Something feels wrong with Mandalorian Season 2. Well, and to be honest, no, nothing wrong with that at all, Polly. So don't feel bad about that. Definitely don't feel bad about that. If you felt the VFX was bad, you know, you're right. Because it felt bad to you. Right? It definitely felt bad to you. There is definitely bad VFX, guys. And VFX artists will be the first ones to tell you when something's bad because... but again, you know when things are bad when things are bad, that usually comes down to a couple things. But the number one thing is time. The number one thing is time. When you see something bad, really bad on screen, where you guys notice it, or people who are not in the know of VFX notices it, it's usually a time issue. Like the original Justice League, guys, Mr. Superman mustache, that could have been so much better if they were given more time. They weren't. They needed more time. And Josh Whedon actually requested for more time. But they didn't give it to them because they wanted their bonuses. Apparently, the executives got bonuses if Justice League came out at that time. So they didn't give them any more time. They didn't give them any more time. They needed more time to make the effects better, but they weren't given that time. So that's business, baby. That's business. So can tell me that'd be bad? Yeah, it was bad. I was telling you right now, it was definitely time. It was definitely time. Though at the same time, guys, I will say that was also doomed from the start. It didn't matter how good that CG was. It didn't matter how good it was. It didn't matter how good it was. Because I'll be honest, there were a lot of shots where I thought it looked great. There were a lot of shots where I thought it looked great. And there were a lot of shots where I thought it looked bad. And they started off with the worst one. They started off Justice League with the worst one. Absolute worst one. And that was not a good way to start the movie. They knew that was... If there was a shot they should have poured most of the money in, it should have been the very first shot. It was the first shot of the movie. First shot of the movie. And it was the worst looking Superman mustache. But again, that was doomed for the start. You know why? Because we're all looking for it. We all knew his mustache was fake. His lip was fake. We all knew that going in. So that's all we were looking for. Right? So that thing was doomed from the start. Doomed. Again, no matter how good it looked. Because I thought there were multiple shots in there where he looked fine. He looked great. And if we had no idea that it was fake, if none of that stuff came out, I think there were a lot of the shots in there where you wouldn't have noticed. A lot of them. I'm not saying all of them, but there would be a lot of them where you wouldn't have noticed. Right? Definitely. And that's one thing about VFX, guys. It's definitely one thing about VFX. But again, I will never brave someone or say someone's wrong when they think they had bad VFX. Because that's how you felt. So you're not wrong. That's how you felt. That's definitely how you felt. So, there you go. You're well next, Polly. Yes, Thanos. Talk spoilers, my friend. This is spoiler-filled. Spoiler-filled, guys. Spoiler-filled. Let's have some fun. Spoiler-filled, guys. Spoiler-filled. And we're here for a long time, so we could talk for a while. Even though my voice, I could already feel it's going. Even though we've only been going for like an hour. Are we at the hour yet? So I'm on a thing, like I'd say about... I mentioned before, we're looking possibly about half an hour per element. Here, guys. For the 24 hours. And again, guys, thank you for joining me on a Sunday fun day. I would like to give a special shout out to my family who allowed me to do this. Special shout out to the family for letting me do this. Was that the last episode of The Mandalorian? We'll see, because they left it open. Like that whole Bo-Katan. That is definitely a show on its own, right? So I don't know. Like a lot of people are saying that the Book of Boba Fett is taking over Mandalorian, and that could be true. I don't know, because they didn't make the proper announcement yet of what is actually happening. Is this going to be Mandalorian season 3? Is this what they were talking about, or are we just doing Boba Fett after, right? Because to be honest, when I first heard about the Mandalorian series, I thought it was like a Boba Fett series. And it eventually turned into one. Definitely eventually turned into one. Definitely turned into one. But, See, what do you think, buddy? He likes it. He likes it. He likes it. He likes it. Okay, let's move on. We're gonna do some side characters here. We're gonna do these first before the smaller heads. So we got a couple of characters here. Which episode, Riddy Kong? Which episode you were talking about there? Well, already. Well, yeah. Okay. Who's Boba Fett? Well, you're in the wrong chat, my friend. It's funny how Yoda looks old even though he's young. Yeah? Yeah, okay, so Kylo Ren is 4 at the end of Mando, so if Luke starts the school with Grogu, Ren and him will likely train together. Most likely. Absolutely. You know, Grogu will be the one who's probably in everything, right? Because he was there at the Jedi Temple. He was there at Jedi Temple when Anakin killed everybody. Right? So Grogu is the link to all trilogies. Because he's been there for all of them. Aside from Palpatine, he's the one who's been there for all of them. Right? So... And, you know, let's be honest. Like, Baby Yoda makes so much money. Baby Yoda makes so much money for Disney that there's no way that's the last we're going to see of this character. He made too much money for Disney. Too much. So they have a plan for him. And I think they're going to be reunited. They're going to be. There's a lot of money into them being... It's all about the money, people. It's all about the money. There's a lot of money in bringing back the goo. Bring back the goo. The Grogu. R2 was in everything too, Rhombus. There you go. You're right. R2 was there in everything. Great point. This is one C-3PO wasn't in. I think they've been in every movie, right? Has there not been a movie? It used to be R2 and C-3PO were the two that were in every movie. But C-3PO wasn't in this one. If you don't count the... there was a droid, like C-3PO, in the 4th episode. Like he was the teacher, right? The teacher kind of looked like C-3PO, the same type of droid. Same type of droid. Just realized I wasn't focused the whole time. That's nice. Yeah. Michael said, "Got a Baby Yoda for your son's birthday." Well, happy birthday to your son, even though it might have been old. There you go. Rogue One had it. Rogue One had him. They were there. Rogue One had C-3PO. Did Solo have him? I forgot. Rogue One did, though. I definitely did. He definitely did. Oh, thank you, Farsha. Thank you. Let's see here. In the video games, R2 was there. Jedi Fallen Order. It was part of the scrap. It was part of the scrap, really. Yeah, they were in Rogue One for a few seconds. That's right. They were in Rogue One for a few seconds. Like, the ship was leaving and then you saw them, right? So. But I'll be honest with you guys. There were a lot of times in The Mandalorian where, because I wasn't a Clone Wars, I didn't watch any of the Clone Wars. Like, I was familiar with a lot of these characters. But I understand now how people going into Star Wars, when they see something fan servicey, quote unquote fan servicey, how that could be, you know, how it feels now, because I get it. Like, for example, I have no attachment to Bo-Katan or anything like that because I've never really seen Rebels or Clone Wars, right? I don't think it was in Clone Wars, but Rebels I haven't seen. So So that attachment wasn't there to those characters. So I could only imagine if I was attached to those characters, how much more I would have enjoyed those particular episodes, right? It's just like just like someone who's never seen Luke Skywalker before. How much would that ending have affected them if they didn't know who Luke Skywalker was? But everyone and their mother knows who Luke Skywalker was. Though I had to explain to my wife right away, talking about CG, I had to explain to my wife right away when he took off that hood. Like, my wife's like, "Who's that?" I'm like, "That's Luke Skywalker." You're like, "Really?" Let's see here. Solo. You know what? I really like Solo. I really like Solo. And that movie, guys, I'm telling you, it was the timing more than anything. If that movie came out in December, that movie would have done so much better. I really believe that movie would have made $1 billion if it came out in December. I really believe that. For a couple reasons. Number one, because it came right after Endgame. Number two, they weren't allowed to sell any toys until after Endgame was done. Or no, was it Infinity War? I think it was Infinity War. After Infinity War was done. Number three, we literally, Star Wars just came out like a few months earlier, right? The other Star Wars. I really believe that movie would have done so much better if it came out in December than it did. Because it's a good movie. I really like that movie. I really did. And I was super surprised. I was in the theater with my son. I was in the theater with my family. And at first I thought, are we in the wrong theater? Because the theater was like almost empty. It was definitely almost empty. And I was like, what? Where's everybody? Okay. Thanos says Rebels is fun. Not good, but fun. Well, I'll make that decision for myself. There you go. Yeah. So, Rebels and Rogue One, most underrated movie and show. Well, I will make that decision, my friend. So we'll definitely watch that together, guys. I think I'm gonna really try to get into this Star Wars lore. There you go. Let's see here. Thank you, I believe creativity. Thank you very much. Because I don't know why I don't want Rey to be the protagonist of the coming movies. Well, we'll see. We'll see. There's a rumor she might be in the Rogue Squadron movie, or she might make an appearance in the Rogue Squadron movie. I think we do need a break from that series. That series was so divisive. I think it's better on Star Wars. I'm not saying never use them again, though it doesn't look like John Boyega wants to be part of this franchise anymore. But the right amount of money and the right story, I think that will bring him back. Like they always say that. But but definitely, if the right story came along, I think he would definitely come back. But what's it called? What was I going to say? But yeah, I think we just need a break from that, just because of how split the fandom was with all that stuff. I think we need a break. Because it could turn out to be like a prequel thing, right? You never know, because the kids of this day and age, the kids that grew up watching Force Awakens, watching Last Jedi, watching Rise of Skywalker, they could turn into they're going to be the next generation prequelists, right? They could be. Where for years people hated the prequels, and now all the kids that love the prequels, they all grew up, and now they are the target demographic. Because I'm telling you, man, when I was at Star Wars Celebration, and Ahmed Best went on that stage, as you guys know, I did that thing where I did that video where I was drawing in front of the Star Wars show for 24 hours for the whole con. I was there. I was drawing a piece of the Rise of Skywalker, and man, like that cheer that Ahmed Best got. Everyone shouting, Jar Jar, Jar Jar, Jar Jar, when he was the butt of joke for years. Right? That changed the mind. That changed that was like, oh wow. Wow, people love this stuff. And I told you guys, I got introduced to Star Wars through the prequels too. I'm an old guy. I got really introduced to Star Wars late. I didn't really watch the series till late in life, guys. Like literally, my 20s. In my 20s, like later. Like it wasn't a childhood thing for me. I got into it later because I loved the designs. Doug Chang, that's what got me into it. So I'm not your traditional Star Wars fan. I'm always late to the party with a lot of this stuff. But to hear that cheer, Jar Jar, Jar Jar, Jar Jar. Alright? So, you never know. We're going to have the sequelists. You know, we call them prequelists. Now we're going to have the sequelists coming out one of these days. Because, you know, people are saying they're going to erase the sequels. No, they didn't erase the prequels. They didn't erase them. And that's one thing that this particular series helped tie together too. Right? This series helped tie together the prequels and the sequels and the original trilogy. They did it all, and the cartoons and the animated series. It really tied together everything, right? So, there you go. Stevie also grew up on the prequels. There you go. Well, the whole point George had with the prequels is to introduce a whole new generation of Star Wars fans. So they were made for kids, right? Let's be honest. Those things were made for kids. And whether the original trilogy people liked it or not, it brought in a lot of kids at the time that are now adults, right? I'm telling you, man, you'd be surprised for those of you who don't like the original trilogy. At Celebration, oh my gosh. And not saying that you should like it. I'm not saying you should like it. If you don't like it, you don't like it. I will never tell someone that they shouldn't like what they don't like. I'll never tell you that. If you don't like my art, that's fine. I don't mind. Let's hope one of these days I can draw something you like. If you don't like the prequels, that's fine. If you don't like the sequels, that's fine. If you don't like the original trilogy, that's fine too. I don't agree with you, but that's fine. We're all entitled to like what we don't like. And just because someone doesn't like something doesn't mean the other person's wrong. I felt bad for my buddy. Well, I won't say he's my buddy. Like someone I admire, Mr. Dan Mural, who he used to be a part of Screen Junkies. Now he's off doing his own thing, and he's doing a fantastic job with everything that he's doing. His brand new channel, he's killing it right now. But he got so much hate because he didn't like the last episode. He didn't like the fact it was Luke that was the Jedi that came back. He didn't like that. But he said his comments in a very, very respectful way. Gave his points very eloquently, like Dan does. And then people just, oh man, people are just mean, man. Just because you don't like something. Just because you don't like something that other people don't like. And then people are like, you're... People take it like it's an attack. People take it like an attack. Oh, just because you must think I'm dumb. you know. God, lighten up, people. Come on, man. Like me, do I agree with Dan? No. But I don't think people should be talking that way to Dan either, just because he didn't like something that we like, you know? So, it's always that thing. Thank you. Congrats on that review from PewDiePie. Thank you, my friend. It's Lord Jar Jar. There you go. One of these days. Well, isn't it in the books? Like, it's really sad in the books, right? In the books, like, doesn't he become like he became like a court jester or something like that? I was reading that, like, he became this jester and became this very depressed, sad character. And oh, I'm like, oh man. I don't know if that was canon or not when I read that, but that was really depressing. It was sad when I read that. Let's see here. I believe creativity. Well, I remember one year for my birthday, my mom surprised me with the original trilogy VHS box set. It stuck with me for years. Right on. Excuse me. It's 4:20. How far are we in? We're about an hour in, guys. Hour in. Not too bad. Feel okay. I'll be honest, I didn't get the most sleep that I would have liked to. I tried sleeping early, but you guys know I've been, like, recently, I've been staying up later, right, to do streams with you guys. So I'm a lot more tired than I should be at an hour in to a 24-hour stream. But so far, so good, yes. So far, so good. We'll just keep plugging along. Keep plowing away. Plowing away. But it doesn't help that these markers are not... let me throw away the markers that are running out. Pretty funny in the Clone Wars. There you go. I don't even know who that is, Rambus. There you go. Wasn't Jar Jar a greatly hated character? He was. He definitely was. There's no denying that. But a lot of kids loved him. A lot of kids loved him, guys. I'm telling you, that crowd cheer for Ahmed Best, oh my gosh. You would think Mark Hamill showed up on stage. And I'm so happy for Ahmed Best. I'm happy that Star Wars brought him back. He hosted was that game show, the Jedi Temple Run or whatever that was, and then he they gave him a new character. Like he's like a new Jedi now, right? So he's not so. Really, really happy for him. What time is it now? 52. Okay, so I need to move on to the next element soon, but I want to add just a little bit of because a lot of this part here, guys, it's going to be done in color because a lot of this part is gonna be done in color because there's a lot of scratches and stuff on the armor. So just give me a second here, guys. Let me just get a little bit of leeway on this. There you go. Hey Shay, good morning, my friend. You're up early. So, definitely, guys, I'm sure a lot of us are excited for this year to end. Myself included. Hey, look, I'm glad personally for my family personally. Like we've definitely got through this year. Well, not yet. It's still early, but for the most part, unscathed. Of course, things could have been better. Business-wise, probably my worst year. But you know what? I had enough to live on. We were fine as a family, you know. So can't complain about that, you know. Definitely can't complain about that. I can't complain. I know a lot of people were in much worse situations than me, and you know, I did okay. I did all right. So, and I just hope for all you guys were doing okay, for sure. Right? Hi, Yusuf. Yusuf, hello, my friend. How good to see you. How you doing, Hiroki Comics? Good to see you. Hey, Yano. I'm good. How are you, my friend? What are your thoughts on the Book of Boba Fett that's coming to Disney Plus in December? Excited for it. I'm definitely excited for it. It's going to be interesting. Like, and I've been hearing some pundits talk about it. It'd be interesting if they went like the Godfather route, right? It's like Star Wars Godfather. That's what it sounds like to me, right? Like he's going to be he's the crime boss now. He's the underworld. He's the underworld boss now, right? It'd be very, very interesting. Hey guys, did you know Ming-Na Wen, who plays Fennec? Do you know she's 57 years old? That's what I heard. Maybe some of you could corroborate. What's the word for that? could confirm that. But I believe she's like 58 years old. Can you believe that? She looks fantastic. For 58 especially? Wow, I hope I look that good at 58. I won't, but there you go. Let's see. So I'm excited. Book of Boba Fett. I think it's gonna be great. That's one thing I really hate about the Star Wars stuff, though, and all this Disney Plus stuff. It's gonna make me start watching TV. Like, good job, Disney, but it's my time, man. I don't have time. You guys know I don't watch TV, but now I kind of have to. It's kind of my job, right? Happy holidays to you too, my friend. There you go. Let's see here. What, X-Poly? Yeah. Right on. Yeah, can't wait for the Book of Boba Fett, my friends. Can't wait for the book of Boba Fett. But good to see you, Yono. Good to see you, my friend. It's been... I miss Indonesia. I do. Indonesia was so fantastic. I loved it over there. And thank you for suggesting I go there, my friend. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, brother. All right. She's been acting for years, right? Yeah, she's been around forever, for sure. But she definitely doesn't look 57. All right? Definitely don't look 57. Infinite 320 where I am, right? So it's 420 where I am. So get some sleep, Infinite Ink. When you wake up, I'll still be here. So, hi Stevie. Let's see here. By the way, guys, if you came for the main channel, this is my second channel. I'm doing live all the time here, so you might want to hit surprise. Even Grogu thinks you should. You should stay here. Let's see here. I like how you put your video together. Thank you, Shay. Appreciate that. I should try drawing as fast as my videos. Maybe that's a good challenge we should do on this channel here. We'll try to draw as fast as my videos. It definitely wouldn't be finessed. Let me tell you that. Let me try. Let's see. No. I can't do it. I can't do it. You can't get precision. It's hard doing precision going that fast. Let's see. Is it Baby today or Mando? Baby Yoda? Nope, it's Grogu! Grogu! Spoilers here, my friends. Spoilers. How are we doing for time? It is 12:45, and I want to be finished these two elements here by sorry, by 22:45. By 22:30, I would like to finish these two elements here. So let's gonna move on here. So again, guys, we're drawing a full mural tribute to The Mandalorian Season 2. And I will admit that I pre-planned the whole piece. So I have milestones that I'd like to hit. I have my reference here ready, so I pre-prepared my references. And so I'd be lying to say that I started from scratch when I did this. I came in already know how big this piece is going to be, you know, what I wanted to see in every piece. I have my must-haves and be nice to have. Like, there are a whole bunch of characters that I would love to put in this thing, but I don't know if I'll have time for it. Especially I'm drawing 8, so there's like 8 connecting parts to this. I won't say pieces, but parts. So each one of these pages, this is 111 by 17 comic book board, so each comic book board will have 2 pieces to it. So, as you can tell, so we're doing 4 comic book boards. 4 comic book boards for the 24 hours. So that's what we're doing. Oh, thank you, Yano. CGC commission artwork armament by doing back in Indo. Oh, holy grail. There you go, my friend. By the way, Yano, who's here in the chat here, was the reason I was able to go to Indonesia for the first time. And I'll tell you, Yano, me and my wife had the time of our lives in Indonesia when we were there. Meeting you and everyone there at Indonesia Comic-Con. Thank you for bringing us. We had a wonderful time, and the fans there in Indonesia. I don't know if anyone here is from Indonesia. It was great meeting all of you guys. The treatment you gave us, fabulous. So I couldn't be more thankful there, Yana. So thank you for bringing me over there. Really, really, really enjoyed our time there. Love to go back one of these days when it's safe. So hopefully you're safe over there, buddy. Hopefully you're safe over there. There you go. Let's see. Usually plan out everything, don't you? It helps. It definitely helps when you plan. But, you know, I wanted these 24 hours to go efficiently as possible because, I'll be honest, I would have loved to have done this for a week. Because there's so much. I would have loved to have done an extensive drawing like that. But, again, I have so many things I want to get done. And it is the holidays, guys. So I do want to take a few days break if I can. The holidays and to start off like nice and fresh for the new year. But we'll see, guys. We'll see. In US or Canada, you say inches. In German, say you use Zoll. Zoll. I don't even know what that is. There you go. Oh, that's good, Infinite. And got a whole bunch of nice art supplies there. Get using them. Get using them, man. It's the holidays. Get using those art supplies. So, let's see. Do you think after season 2 they're going to make another season? Well, they did announce Mandalorian season 3. They announced it already. Now the question is, was that in Mandalorian season 3? Was that the Book of Boba Fett that they were talking about, or was that, or are they going to run concurrently, or are they going to take a break from the Mandalorian? because Mandalorian could definitely spin off, right? Definitely move on. They left it very, very intriguing. Very, very intriguing. What's going to happen with Bo-Katan and Mando? Is Bo-Katan going to be the new villain? They left it open, guys. Technically, Mando can rule Mandalore. Mandalorian can rule Mandalore now. Technically, right? A lot of possibilities. A lot of possibilities now, guys. So they definitely left it open. Or is it going to be? Is Mando now going to be a part of that Rogue Squadron TV show that they're talking about? You guys can't see what I'm doing. Let me look this up here. Is Mando going to be part of the Rogue Squadron movie series? We don't know. We'll see. A lot of unanswered questions, guys. A lot of unanswered questions. Hi, Harry. How you doing? Let's see here. Because there's so much coming, right? There's so much stuff coming. It's a good time to be a fan, guys. It's a very, very good time to be a fan. I'm just happy to see the excitement back, guys. I'm just very, very happy to see the excitement back. Now, I'll tell you, there is one reason why I would like to do more Disney work, or more Star Wars work. My number one reason why is to get into Celebration. Disney got me the passes to go to Celebration last time I was there. So it's been very fortunate that they were kind enough to do that for me. Now this time around, no, they won't do that for me now. But if there's a reason why to do some Disney work, that's why. I just want to get into Celebration. There you go. Let's see here. Let's see. Don't worry, Infinite Ink. First of all, don't worry. You're very young. A lot of time to do digital. And number two, a lot of the theories you're going to learn traditionally, you can do digitally. You can apply to digital later on. So don't worry, it will come. It will come. But unfortunately, the way the world works, guys, these days, it's very hard not to do digital artwork anymore. It's very, very... I think YouTube's the only place where you don't do digital. One of the very few places you get away with not doing digital art. It's one of the very few places where you can, where you can make a good career not doing digital art. So, there you go. All right. Oh, take care, Rob. Take care, Rob. I didn't realize that was you, Rob. I didn't realize that was you. How you doing, Rob? Good to see you, my friend. Rob runs Entercon in Winnipeg. That was the first convention, and thank you to Rob, before he cuts out. Rob, that was the very first convention I did since 2002. And Rob knows that. Rob invited me. It was gracious enough to invite me to Entercon back in, was that 2014, Rob? That was the first convention I did in a long time, and I haven't done a convention in a long time. So thank you to Rob for doing that for me. Thanks for stopping by, buddy. Appreciate that, buddy. And kudos to you and the family. Happy holidays to you as well, my friend. Yeah. What videos can we expect on the main channel? Love the Spider-Man one. Well, you will see the full one of this, and we actually filmed all the shots for this already. So there, guys, I'm pretty much on the main channel. I'm living up to my name. I'm turning into the box office artist. That's what I want to do. I want to have fun. I want to practice. It's like every video there, it's like a short film. Now, whether that includes some visual effects or not, I want to have a good mix of both in there. So we'll see, guys. We'll see. All right. Let's see here. Take care, Rob. Let's see here. Appreciate your efforts to come and participate in guest artist to Indonesia Comic Con. See you next time, Manila Comic Con. Even. Yes, I would love to. I would love. That's the next one for sure. I would love to go to Manila Comic Con. As you guys know, I'm proud Filipino. I've been to the Philippines many times. As you can tell by my Spider-Man video, I'm proud Filipino. But yeah, sad the DC comic. I did a signing there, the DC cafe. Yeah, it shut down. Which is unfortunate because it was a great cafe. For those of you who've never been to the Philippines, it's a wonderful cafe. Loved going there for sure. Let's see here. Infinite Ink, I am offended. Just joking, brother. Just joking, brother. Hey, man. Do what you want, man. Do what you want. Let's see here. Let's draw this guy next. This guy next here is not really an important character, but he's part of it. Are we down? Okay, so we're making good time here, guys, on what I said, right? So it's like 30 minutes per main element. And I forgot what this gun looks like. Hold on. What if I got? I sure. Oh shoot. Okay. Never mind. I forgot what the rest of this gun looks like, so I'll just make it up. I'll just make it up. It looks like that. Just looks like that, guys. Just looks like that. Okay. Let's draw Mando here. I'm gonna go ahead and draw Mandalorian here. Let's do Mando first before I do the supplemental characters. Since we're in a Mando kick here. Let's see here. Is there anything cheap? Nope. Not these days. Not these days, my friend. I wish. Is sleep a requirement? No, sir. No, sleep, guys, sleep. I used to be the one who said get 4 hours sleep and all that stuff, right? I am now the guy, and I mentioned this many times before, guys. I am the guy now who says only sacrifice sleep when it's necessary. Only when it's necessary. Sleep is so important to your health, guys, and I think that's one thing when I'm older now, and I am facing my own health problems now. And I think I told you guys, if you guys watched my last streams, I mentioned before how my cholesterol is super high. My doctor has expressed concern, and I'm actually going to meet with him next week or so. But in the meantime, I'm not taking any chances. You know, I'm a father of 3, so I actually started my diet. I mentioned that before in the streams, but I actually started my my diet, or my new lifestyle anyway. I think I could keep it because I'll be honest, guys. I've been a week kind of vegan. I say kind of vegan. It's more like I've been eating nothing but vegetables. I haven't eaten any meat in the past. No meat in the past week, right? And coming from a guy who was doing keto, that's a tough thing. From a keto guy, and I must say, I've been eating nothing but meat, no carbs. So I haven't been eating any bread or anything like that. Well, I wouldn't say carbs. No grains. For the most part, though I am allowed to eat sweet potato, but I haven't yet. But so pretty much just vegetables and beans. That's all and nuts. That's all I've been eating. Vegetables, beans, and nuts. That's all I've been eating, and I felt the best I had in a while. Let's just say that I felt the best I have in a while. So we'll see how things go. Hopefully this helps. And I'm older now, right? I've had my fun. I've eaten a lot. As you can look at me. Look at me. I've eaten a lot. I've eaten a lot. There you go. I'm a soldier. I don't need sleep. Again, guys, I would say before you sacrifice sleep, and hi, Speedscape. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you, my friend. Before you sacrifice sleep, guys, see that you maximize your time when you're awake. Really. Because sleep is so important, guys. Like some of you are young, you need it to grow. You need it to grow. You know, you need it to grow your muscles. You need it, you know, for everything. To work more efficiently. You need sleep, right? And I always say that to my students too. Before you sacrifice your sleep, see that you maximize your time when you're awake. Before you cut out sleep, could you cut out some video game playing? Could you cut out some TV time first before you sacrifice those hours of sleep that you need? Your body really needs, you know? Is there things you could have cut out first? And then if you cut out everything you could and now you have to sacrifice sleep, okay. And then go ahead and sacrifice it. It's just so important, right? Because you'll get those guys who said, I'm only going to sleep when I'm dead, right? But I even find for myself personally, right? Instead of staying up 3 days in a row, why don't you get like a few hours sleep in between there? You'll be more efficient with your work. Like I've done the overnights. I think the longest I stayed up, you know, because I worked in comic books, the longest I stayed up, I think it was 2 days in a row. I think that was the longest. But you know the type of work you're doing when hour 40 goes along, you're working like 3 times slower. You're making mistakes left and right, you know. I think it would be more efficient to get a few hours sleep and then get to work than trying to just stay up, you know. It's one of those things. No balut today, Michael. No balut today. So, Cobb Vanth looks like Chris Pine. Hey, there you go. You would have made a great Cobb Vanth. For sure, but I'm glad you knew it was Cobb Vanth. That's a win for me. That's a win for me. Okay. Take care, Jordan. Take care, buddy. No balut today, my friend. If you don't sleep enough, you'll lower your life expectancy. There you go. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I've heard that too. So again, guys, last resort. Last resort. If there's something I'm going to leave you with today, take that in mind, okay? Especially you young'uns. You young'uns out there. But I will admit, when you're younger, you can get away with less sleep when you're younger, for sure, right? It's different. I'm just saying, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. And I say that by running on lack of sleep right now. I am running on... I tried to go to bed at 9 p.m. last night. But I think I didn't really get to the bed, like sleep till like 11 p.m. So it's like just kind of in bed, just kind of trying to get to sleep. I didn't really find it to go to sleep, right? So day and a half with cousin sleepover. There you go. I'll nap when I get the chance. Right on. There you go. So I am running on about, what time did I wake up? I woke up at 2:30. So I'm running around about 11. Not as much as I would like. Not as much as I would like. So. So there you go. Sleeping too much these days. Why not, Charles? Go for it. Sleep, my friend. Sleep, my friend. Oh, I think Infinite wants to get banned too, like that other dude. I banned that dude. Nobody comes between me and my beanie. Ban that dude. His name Yeet? He's probably watching right now. There we go. You know, that's really a hard thing to study, though, right? It's like, you know, especially in terms of life expectancy. Life is so long, right? So it's like, how would they know for sure, right? So, sleep's good, guys. Get some sleep. Now, I will admit, though, a lot of the top CEOs, they don't sleep much. Even the ones I know personally, they like some of them only sleep 4 hours. That's what they do. That's just what they naturally do. But the important thing is, no matter how long you're awake, just make sure that every second you're awake, that you're using that time effectively. Okay? And I'm not saying having fun is not effective. Of course, you know, sometimes we need that release. We need the escapism sometimes, you know. Sometimes we need it. So that is a good use of time. It's just how you know, depends what your goals are. Let's be honest. It all depends on what your goals are. So again, guys, this is a safe space. If you want to talk any and all Mandalorian spoilers, this is the safe space for that. As it says in the title there, spoilers. So let's get spoiled. You spoiled kids. Speaking of which, this music, it just reminds me, I did this gun completely wrong. This one down here, but that's okay, we can fix that. So, too many naps. Not much sleep could burn you out. Absolutely, FissionWorks. Absolutely. Now, I understand it's hard, like, especially if you're trying to get out of a job, right? So what's it called? So some of you want to make YouTube a career, but you know you can't afford, like, you know, or maybe your channel doesn't earn enough revenue where it can be your primary source of income. Of course, you will need to sacrifice a few things to try to get your channel there, right? Or whatever you decide you want to do for a living, your dream job, you need to sacrifice some time to make that goal a reality. Right? That's just the way it is. So, how long have I been awake? Walter says. And good morning, Walter. I've been awake since 2:30 in the morning, my friend. 2:30 in the morning. So I am definitely just on the woke up side, and I should be if we're doing 24 hours, guys. Again, 24 hours is easier for me if I wake up early. Let's see here. Someone asked me about Luke. Jacob asked, what would I think about Luke? I thought that it was one of those things where we knew it was a possibility. I didn't think I would see it. I mentioned before, that was the Luke I wanted to see in The Last Jedi. I'll admit that. I will admit that. If he would have done that, like if he did, and I mentioned this before, The Last Jedi, if you ask my wife, when we got out of that theater, I was so confused on how I felt about the movie. I ended up on the side of, I liked it, right? I ended up on the side I liked it, but that's not how I wanted to see Luke go out. I would have had less of a problem with that if, number one, if he didn't die at the end, because then I thought to myself, okay, then he has a chance to be the Luke I wanted him to be. But he died, and you're like, no, he doesn't. That's it, right? Number two, even though what he did was the most, as my friend Mark Riley said, you know, the most Jedi, the most powerful Jedi, the only thing the most powerful Jedi in the world could do. Visually, it wasn't the most exciting. Visually, it was the most exciting because he didn't fight, right? He didn't fight at all. He just kind of stood there and dodged some attacks, and then you realize he wasn't there, right? If he would have done what he did in Mandalorian at the end of The Last Jedi, before we found out that he was a projection, if he did that, I would have accepted that more. Let's see. So that's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see Luke wrecking some fools. As my buddy John Campia says, I want to see Luke wrecking some fools. That's what I wanted to see, more than anything. And we got that. We got that in The Mandalorian. Say what you want about the CG, say what you want about that. That's what I got. I came out of there very, very happy. Very, very happy. That's what I wanted to see. I think that's what all of us wanted to see. And we would have accepted the last... I'm telling you right now, we would have accepted The Last Jedi more. 50% of the people who hated The Last Jedi would have accepted it more if Luke did what he did in The Mandalorian before we found out he was a projection. Guarantee. That's all I wanted to see. All we wanted to see. I wanted to see Luke wreck some fools. I want to see Luke wreck some fools, and that's what we saw. So, what is my opinion on Christian's channel? I love him. Christian's my buddy. Love Christian. Let's see here. I started watching James when I was in secondary, now in university. Well, doesn't that make me feel old? There you go. Well, I have been on YouTube for 7 years, my friends. 7 years I've been on YouTube. Seven years. It's quite the while. This is going to be one of those pieces where it'll be saved by volume. Just because they'd be drawing a lot of stuff. It'll become more acceptable because I'm drawing a lot more stuff. So even the quality doesn't look that great now. Because I'm drawing a lot of stuff. It'll be more acceptable. There you go. There you go. Steve says I was trying to watch both of you and Jazza. My first two art-themed channels when I was in the mid-year of middle school. There you go. There you go, Steve. Thank you very much for that. Time flies, my friends. Time flies fast. Let's see here. Better not getting old. Now, the only one who I thought would be very, very interesting to see because of the dynamics, other than Luke. And let's be honest, when they first mentioned another Jedi would come, knowing it was after Return of the Jedi, when all of this was happening, I think, like a lot of us thought, Luke was the biggest possibility. I didn't think they were going to go that route, but I knew it was a very, very high possibility. It could have been Luke, and that's what we got. And I'm very, very happy with the choice. The one choice I thought would have been very, very interesting, very, very interesting, is if it were Samuel L. Jackson. If it was Mace Windu. You know why? Because of the Boba Fett dynamic. That's why. Because, you know, he killed his father in front of Boba Fett. That's why I thought it would have been so interesting to see if that were to happen. There would have been a lot of fun things that could have happened if it was Mace Windu. We never confirmed if he was dead or not. I'm not sure. Maybe you guys can tell me in the books if they confirmed it or not, that he's actually dead. Never confirmed that he was actually dead. Fell out the window. It could have opened up a whole bunch of possibilities just because of the Boba Fett connection. Okay. Ezra, I've heard Cal from Jedi Fallen Order, because, you know, especially since the actor, who we also saw at Celebration, I saw him. Especially since the actor looks exactly like his counterpart in Jedi Fallen Order. That definitely could have been a possibility. But I just think story-wise, the Mace Windu one, that could have been extremely, extremely interesting. So, let's see here. I would have thought they would have put Sebastian Stan in the role for Luke. I think that if they were going to do a whole new series with Luke, I could understand that. But I also understand because they knew it was going to be very, very short, his time in there. I think they wanted Mark Hamill in there. That's what I was thinking, right? Because if you introduce Sebastian Stan, as much as he looks like Luke, as much as he looks like Mark Hamill, and I think we would have accepted it. I think that wouldn't have been bad. But, you know, right away, like he's not going to look 100% like Luke. So he would have had to have said right off the bat, "Hi, I'm Luke Skywalker," right away. And I think we would have accepted it, for sure. But I think they just wanted something that looks as close enough to Mark Hamill as possible. Even though, like, I will admit, even as a CG artist, and I defended the effects earlier, but yeah, looking back at it again, watching it a few more times, I was like, okay, yeah, the effects could have been... There were parts where, like, for example, when he was nodding, it was really off. When he was nodding. His head, when he's talking. And that's the biggest issue, I think, with a lot of the CG is the talking. Getting it to feel like that character's talking. Tarkin had that problem. So I can't wait for the Gallery series just to see how they did it. Was it a fully CG model that they did, which is the toughest? Or was it, some sort of deep fake? They used something akin to deep fake? Or, I don't know. Like, for example, in The Rise of Skywalker, they used old footage, right, for Leia. They used old footage of Leia and put her in the helmet, right? So it's more deep fake, you know? So there you go. Oh, that's true, Jacob. That's true, Jacob. Do you think Samuel Jackson died during the movie? No, I don't. Or maybe that's wishful thinking on my part. I don't think so. They definitely left it open. I want to see him come back with robot arms. I want to see... Because he'd be the right age now, you know? It's very ripe for him to come back in the time of Mandalorian. It's very ripe for him to come back. But we never saw him die. Now again, guys, you could tell me if he actually died in the thing, right? So But deepfakes is an interesting technology because I don't know if it's patented or not. So I don't know what the parameters are for using that in movies. But again, guys, you know, one thing people don't realize about the deepfake, because I always see these people saying, "Oh, this guy did it better on YouTube and stuff like that." Yeah, for something that's HD. But when you get to 4K, it's very obvious some of these problems that deepfake has. Deepfake you can't do 4K yet with deepfake, or at least the ones I've seen. And with movies being 4K, deepfake is not good enough. It's not there yet. It's not there yet. Now it might be by now. For all I know. I don't know. I'm not in the business yet. Or anymore. I'm not in the business anymore. For all we know. But I'll tell you, man, it was just cool to see it. Then right when you saw that one X-Wing come in, like everyone knew, right? Oh, man, there it is. There he is. But again, I was spoiled, guys. I told you I was spoiled before going in. There you go. Be very interesting, Speedscape, possibly. So a mixture of CG and deepfake, definitely. That definitely could be a possibility. And again, guys, for what it was, nothing, you know, it's just him standing there. Definitely, for what it was, I'm fine with it. But how cool was it to see Luke wrecking shop, right? Well, how cool was it? Wasn't that cool, guys? Come on. It's got to be cool. Okay, I got 8 minutes left to finish this off, by the way. Got 8 minutes left, so... 8 minutes left to make this look cooler. Let's see. I hope they do a Luke and Ahsoka scene. Yeah, possibly. They could possibly do that. I think I've heard people mention that before. We'll see, because, you know, could be some very interesting things. Now, if they're going to do something like that, yes, I would rather they recast. Because as you can tell, the technology's not there yet. It's not there. It will get there. It definitely will, but by that time, yeah, I think it's time to recast. If they're going to do something like that, that's going to be a very emotional scene. If that were to happen, I'd much rather see them recast. So we'll see. Which one of the shows am I most excited for? Robert says he looked better than Tarkin in Rogue One. I'd say they're comparable. I'd say they're about the same. Well, here's the deal, because Tarkin, you know, it's the whole movie, and he had such an important role in Rogue One that everything became way more obvious, right? But which one am I looking forward to? Let me think about that for a second. I am going to think about that. I think out of all of them, I'm most excited for the Taika Waititi, whatever he has cooked up. We don't even know what it is yet. But whatever he has in mind, that's what I'm probably the most excited for. I'm excited to see what Patty Jenkins does as well with the Rogue Squadron. In terms of the other shows, like there's not too much about them. Like the Rogue Squadron, or not the Rogue Squadron, what's it called? Rangers of the New Republic. Again, that's going to tie in. So I have a feeling that's going to be a lot of the characters we see in Mandalorian. I think there are a lot of them are going to be a part of that series, right? So definitely excited for that. I'm excited for a lot of them, buddy. A lot of them. But I would say if you were to you know, put me on the spot, say which one. You gotta pick one. It'd be the Taika Waititi one. Definitely be the Taika Waititi one, whatever he has cooked up. He agrees. He agrees. What time is it? I got 5 minutes. It's not as good as I would like it, guys. There you go. Yeah, take it, Michael. There you go. Let's see here. So I think Ahsoka never learned. Jacob said Ahsoka never learned Anakin returned to the light side, and Luke could tell her. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's true. Very, very true. Again, guys, I'm not as attached to Ahsoka as a lot of people, mainly because, you know, I haven't seen the series, so that's why I want to go back and revisit them. I do want to go back and revisit them, so hopefully we'll do that, okay? Together. We'll do that together. Okay, guys, let's move on. Next character here. We have about 4 minutes left, but we'll move on for now. Let me take a coffee break. I need to take a sip. I'm excited for... Oh, of course, I forgot about Obi-Wan. That's my answer. That's my answer. Obi-Wan. Thank you, Speed. Obi-Wan. That's it. That's it. How can I forget Obi-Wan? Totally forgot about... That's it. That's the one I'm most excited for. What am I talking about? They called it the rematch of the century, guys. Rematch of the century. So excited, super excited to see what that means, rematch of the century. Now, a lot of people are upset that, you know, because they said it defies canon, you know, and all that stuff. Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see what they do, guys. Take it easy. Yo, take it easy. Take it easy. Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan. Right, baby? We got the baby here. Got the baby here. Anakin Force Ghost talking to Ahsoka? I guess. Maybe. Definitely could. Just check my camera. Let's see here. Maybe it'll be a Force rematch. Yeah. Could definitely be. I don't know, guys. We will see. Okay, this next guy here. He's like a side character, so I don't want to spend too much time on him. This guy was a bartender, the guy I'm drawing here. But he looked very, very cool, you know. I won't say he's a side character, because he was there to fight in the end. But he was there at the bar. Telling you, this piece is not as finessed as I was like, but again, it's one of those things where, you know, when it's blown up bigger, it should look better. I hope. You only hope. Let's see. If they're getting Hayden Christensen back, I'm expecting Vader out of the suit. Yes. Why would you get Hayden Christensen back if you don't get him out of the suit? Could it also mean that maybe Obi-Wan will knock the helmet off him? or you know, crack the helmet so we can see inside the helmet. Or maybe we're gonna see more BAFTA tank scenes. Definite possibility, guys. But yeah. No, what's the point of having Hayden Christensen if we can't see him? We need to see him, right? Definitely. But yeah, flashbacks for sure. But it's kind of hard because you know Hayden's older now too. Now I guess they could de-age him. It'll be a little bit easier to de-age because, you know. But he definitely doesn't look like how he did 20 years ago. He looks close, though. He looks pretty good for his age. Can't please everyone. There you go. No, that's true, Speedy. Like, Star Wars can't release something without some Star Wars fans unhappy. No, that's true. And that's everything. That's YouTube videos, too, my friend. So I'll admit, though, there will be times, guys, where I'm just concentrating on the artwork. So I will apologize for those times. I'll just go silent for a little bit, just to get some of the bulk of the work done. So, would it be interesting to bring back Jake Lloyd? No, there's no point now because he's a fully grown adult with problems. Is he in jail still? Like, he'll feel for these child actors because sometimes they just fall off the rails. Because if they were to bring Jake Lloyd back, it would probably be just for a cameo. And not as, of course, not as Anakin, because, you know, he'd be an adult now, right? So they'd probably bring him back just to play like a stormtrooper or something, you know? But I don't see them bringing back Jake Lloyd for anything. Jake Lloyd, for those of you who don't know, he's the one who played Anakin as a kid. But he ran into a lot of trouble later on in life. So unfortunately. Hi, Creeper. Shut up! Yeah, just a side character. That's what I would think. I would think it would just be like if they were to have him cameo, just a side character. Maybe like an Imperial officer or something like that, maybe. And then just for fun, get him to go, yippee! Yippee! Thank you, Lakita. Thank you very much. You know, and wasn't that fun when, what's his name, Bib Fortuna at the end? Did you hear him? He said McClunky. Did you hear that? He said, he went, McClunky, McClunky. He actually said McClunky. That got me. That got me. Yippee! I forgot about the yippee. I gotta do that throughout this whole stream, by the way, guys. Yippee! Yeah, no, for sure, Charles. Yeah. Yeah, he had legal trouble, yeah. So that's why I don't think that's possible, just because of all that legal trouble and stuff. I don't think Star Wars would do that. So, well, you never know. We'll see. Yippee! That's gonna get annoying, guys, but I don't care. We're gonna do that all stream. Yippee! Love you too, my friend. Good to see you. The Cookie Monster's here. Cookie. That guy that hated Bib Fortuna from your Star Wars mural was a nightmare. Yes. Yes, that was my friend, Mr. Tom Dagnino. He also has an alias. His name's Bobby Gucci. Big part of the movie Trivia Schmodown. That guy's hilarious in real life. That guy, he's so funny. Those guys there. You know, because a lot of those guys are comedians, right? They're comedians. They're so funny. Yeah, but it was funny to see Bib Fortuna. Maybe he looked like he ate Salacious Crumb there. Oh. McClunky! There you go. There you go. With Micron pen, this is a 3 right now that I'm using. Okay, that's good enough for that. So let's go ahead and I'm just going to finish off Cobb here. Let's see here. Before Tuna, I got his quarantine bod. It's true. He did. Let's see here. Baby Yoda looks so cute. Thank you, my friend. I could be drawing a lot of them, Creeper. Gotta love drawing a lot of them. So get used to it, guys. Get used to it. So we are, how many hours in now we got, guys? A little bit over 2 hours in. A little bit over 2 hours in. I should make it pretty good time for the first piece, which is what I expected. Okay, let's draw our favorite here. Oh, Claudia says, thanks to make the world better with your art. Thank you, Claudia. Appreciate that, my friend. Thank you. Okay, guys, let's see if you could figure out who I'm drawing here. Second here, guys, while I'm trying to get this going here. Let's see here. Okay, take care, my friend. Take care, my friend. You know, there were thoughts before the Mandalorian appeared that this guy was going to play Captain Rex. And he could play Captain Rex later on. You never know. Maybe one of these days. Well, thank you, Creepers. Appreciate that, my friend. Alright. There you go. Jessica got it right away. There you go. Good to see you, Jessica. Thanks for being here. What do you think, baby? Let me bring him closer. He likes it. He likes it. I know, I know. I I know. You like it, buddy? You like it? He likes it. He likes it. There you go. Good morning, Rob, from Nashville, Tennessee. Again, another place I wish I haven't gone to yet. So let's hope we're getting back to a relative normal, guys. Let's hope that next year. A lot to be hopeful for, guys. A lot to be hopeful for. So we will see. Because, you know, I have a bunch of projects that I want to do in the new year if I can. But a lot of them, what I want to do, a lot of them require traveling to the U.S. So we'll see what happens. There you go. Do I play Minecraft? Nope. Speed, one day I want to meet you in person, my friend. One day we will meet. It's been too long, my friend. Too long. So you never know. Maybe TF Nation will return this year. I'll get to finally come to the UK. But it seems like everybody's back in lockdown right now, so stay safe, people, wherever you guys are. Stay safe, guys. It was funny, though. You know, when we first saw Tamara Morrison in The Mandalorian, a lot of people still didn't buy you as Boba Fett. So, like, who else could he have been? It's Tatooine. It's Tatooine, you know? It's Tamara Morrison. We know what he played in the series. Who else could he have been? Now, if it was a different planet other than Tatooine, I could see that, but he's on Tatooine. Who else could it have been? It's like, oh, he could have been another clone or whatever. Like, what? On Tatooine? From where did I buy the toy? I bought it off. I don't know the name of the store. I bought it off Amazon, and to be honest, I bought it after the first episode, and right after that, it sold out. I was very, very lucky to get one of these guys. I was very, very lucky. It sold out right away, right after I bought it. So I was very, very lucky. Maybe it was Jango Fett with his head back on. On Tatooine? He wasn't on Tatooine? I was hearing people are like, oh, you don't know he's Boba Fett? Like, come on, man. He's on Tatooine. Again, if he was on a different planet, maybe. But he was on Tatooine. Let's see. Any Star Wars characters that I'm not crazy about? Oh, I don't even think there's Star Wars characters I am crazy about. There's very few select list. Okay, I'll tell you one. The droid in Solo. What was her name again? The droid that Lando was in love with. Wasn't too fond of that character. I love the actress. I think the actress is fantastic. Just wasn't in love with that character. Wasn't a big fan of that character. I don't know. It's just something about it I didn't like. though was a wonderful actress, but I just wasn't too fond of that character. Yeah, it was awesome. L3, thank you, Miss Polly. Yeah. Okay, Steve, get some sleep, my friend. Oh, see, he agrees with me. Jar Jar? I like Jar Jar. I'll admit, I like Jar Jar. He was fun. Racist, but fun. Okay, so we are coming down. Now, I told you guys I had a 3-hour time limit per piece, right? So let me just call up my other reference here. And we're coming up to the 3-hour mark here. Just pulling up some reference here, guys. Some one reference. Like there's little things that I would like to add in if there's time. There might not be time, but we'll see. There's one part here that I'm not. It's Mando's weapon here of choice. Move back here. Move back here. Back here, baby. See, what will you draw next stream? I don't know, that's far in the future, my friend. I still find it funny how all of a sudden the prequels are loved by Star Wars fans. Especially hearing about Hayden Christensen's return and seeing people excited about it. Again, Speed, it's the kids that grew up. That's exactly what happened. The kids who watched Jar Jar and Hayden when they were 4, 5, 6 years old. They're old now. They're 25, 26, 27, 28. And characters they saw when they were kids, they're coming back. And they're super excited about it, you know? Because I know people that prefer the prequels over the original trilogy. And to us older folks, that's sacrilege. I mean, to some younger folks, for sure. But to them, they look outdated. The VFX aren't as good to them, or it's not as, it's not as, it's not what they're used to, because they're used to seeing prequels. They're used to seeing that. So it's it's a very, very interesting dynamic. It's very, very interesting for sure. So I'll admit, that's why I was excited. I told you guys, I'm a prequelist. I like the prequels. I like them a lot. I wouldn't call them fickle. Well, I guess you could call them fickle. Rob says Star Wars fans are a fickle bunch. I think any fandom is a fickle bunch. When they see something they don't like, they'll voice their opinion on it. That's today's society. That's how it is. This bear? I've done better ones. I've done better, but appreciate that, my friend. Thank you. Still walked out of the theaters. There you go. Darth Maul in the Lando series? Yes, I hope Lando is a continuation. I do want to see what happened. I was stoked to see Darth Maul back. I was stoked. To see Darth Maul. So there you go. Okay, so how much time we got left here? We got about 30 minutes left for this last part here. Okay, guys, there's like lots of things I would love to add to this, but we need to move on. We're drawing 8 episodes here. So again, guys, as I said, we're roughly doing about 3 hours per episode. So this is technically episode 9, chapter 9. This is chapter 9. All right. You guys know what's coming in here. Go ahead, drawing the crate dragon. The only thing I should draw in here is some what's called sand people. I should put some sand people in here. They'll probably play a even bigger part than this guy. Though this guy did fight the sand people. Sand people probably had more of an impact. Probably they did have more of an impact. I'm gonna draw a couple sand people here. Because I want to draw backgrounds too around here, guys. So we'll see if I have time for all of that. Again, guys, it's one of those nice to have things. Okay, take care, Creeper. Love the Tusken Raiders, yeah. Any Ewoks in the Mandalorian? No, there were no Ewoks, right, guys? No Ewoks this time around. Speed. You change your name to Anakin Speed. There you go. I killed them all. How does anyone not run after hearing that, you know? And Padme's just there like, oh, poor baby. Oh, poor baby. Wow, the Ewok showed up in the Rise of Skywalker, didn't they? Don't feed the dragon after midnight. I like that. That's a Gremlins reference for those of you who don't know that. There you go. Have you seen the rumors that Marvel and Sony are trying to make a deal to keep Spidey in the MCU? Yeah, these are just rumors. Yeah, but those are rumors I believe. I totally believe that. I totally believe that. Spider-Man is such an important part. To be honest, he's probably their most popular character now. Especially since Iron Man's not going to return for a bit. Like, he is probably their most popular character. But I could totally see that. Because remember, they're only signed on for one more solo movie and one appearance. That's all they signed on for when they made the last deal. So I don't doubt that they're really working hard to try to make it work for both of them. And both of them want it. Let's be honest. Both of them want it. It helps both of their businesses. Let's see here. I don't think they'll let Spidey out of the MCU. It's just about money. Yeah. I understand where Sony's coming from, though. If Sony were to actually take... Like, to be honest, I was on Sony's side. I'll be honest. I was one of those few people on Sony's side when all that happened, especially being a businessman. Hey, look. Sony, they negotiated that deal in good faith, right? They bought the rights for Spider-Man. They own the rights to Spider-Man. Even though it's a Marvel property, they own those rights. So they have every right to do what they want to do with it. And Spider-Verse proved they could do a good Spider-Man movie on their own. Right? They can. If they get the right creators, they can. So even if he didn't go back to the MCU when he did, I think Sony would have been fine. I really do. I totally believe they would have been fine if they didn't make that last deal. But they did. Well, not to say that the deal doesn't benefit both of them. Of course it does. Of course it does. Spidey in the MCU, of course it makes it better, right? But I could totally see where Sony was coming from. And that's why part of me kind of wished, there's the car crash mentality in me. Part of me wishes that it actually did happen, that they did separate, just to see what would have happened. I just want to see what would have happened. I just wanted to see. I just want to see. Don't worry, Charles. You weren't the only one. Everybody wasn't on Sony's side. But again, as a business owner, if I own those rights, I'm definitely I'm gonna do what's best for me, right? If I own those rights. But at the end of the day, I think that was just Marvel trying to get a better deal at the end of the day, and which they did. But to me, what Marvel asking for was a little bit ridiculous in my mind as a business guy. It was back then. But, it turned out the way it did. I'm happy for all parties, so, and what do I know? I'm just a YouTuber, so. Yes, that's right, Charles. If Sony were to be bought, Marvel rights wouldn't revert back to Marvel. That's true. That's very true. That's very true. But, yeah, I hear they're working on a new deal, and I don't doubt they're going to come up with a good deal that works for both of them. So that's business, baby. They don't care about your feelings. Business don't care about your feelings. You don't care. There you go. Shout out, man. Dead wants a shout out. Shout out. Shout out. What was my favorite episode of The Mandalorian? Of this season, I'd say the first one. Definitely the last one had the best moment. I know a lot of people said episode 5, and I loved episode 5. I thought it was a great episode. Again, I think I would have had more of a reaction to it if I was more attached to Ahsoka as a character, which I'm not, because I've never watched any of the series. So for me personally, it's more like she's a brand new character more than anything. Like, I've heard of Ahsoka, I've drawn Ahsoka before. You guys know that I've drawn Ahsoka before, but for me, it's more like getting reintroduced to this character. I've seen her in Clone Wars, the Clone Wars movie. I've seen the Clone Wars movie. Hey, Sky Guy. Hey, Sky Guy. But so I will go with the first episode. How about you guys? What was your favorite episode of the series? That's a great question. What was your favorite episode? Personally, I like the Jon Favreau episode. I really did. I really like this particular one here I'm drawing. Six for Lucas. Right on. 6 was the Boba Fett episode, right? Dead Gamer was 3, and that was the Bo-Katan episode, right? Let's see. Speed liked episode 7? Really? Episode 7 was a fun episode. It was. It felt a little filler to me, but, you know, I enjoyed it nonetheless. Let's see. Robert liked episode 4, and that was when Cara Dune came back. That was a definitely fun episode for sure. Jessica liked 6, so again, Jessica liked the Boba Fett episode, right on. And New York Art is back here, my friend. Good to see you again, my friend. By the way, guys, please subscribe to the mods. They are phenomenal. They do a phenomenal job for me, so thank you so much to New York, Speedscape. Go follow them, guys. Go follow them. Please do follow them. Taylor is not here. Tay Tattoos on Instagram. One Mighty R, who's not here right now, but he is usually here more during the daytime. So we'll see One Mighty R a little bit later on. Happy Sunday to you all, my friends. You know, this one didn't take that long at all. This Crate Dragon didn't take that long at all. Like, I didn't do anything fancy with it. So part of me thinks I can go back and draw some sand people in here, Tusken Raiders in here. So I think 5 is good, but 3 is better for you. So 5 is the Ahsoka episode. 3 is the Bo-Katan episode. You know? Do I think Luke looked weird? Luke looked great if it was just a still shot. The movements, there were some movement issues for sure. And then, like CG characters, when they're talking, it's always an issue when they're talking. So there were issues. Now, the first viewing didn't bother me too much. I was just excited to see him. Second, third viewing, then I could really see some issues with it. The first time around, I didn't have a problem. To be honest, I don't have a problem at all with it at all. Of course, things could have been much better. But yeah, those are my thoughts on it. Anyway, let's add. I didn't actually have this in my plan here, but why don't we just add a couple? Just at least 1 or 2 Tusken Raiders here. Let's do that. Okay. I'm gonna draw some sand people. Just for you, Dead Gamer. Draw some sand people. Just 1 or 2 sand people here. We'll draw this on the side here. I thought it's done already. How much time I got? I have 18 minutes left anyway for this thing, so might as well add just a little bit more. Add a couple sand people. There you go. They'd be very, very tiny. Very, very tiny sand people. Very, very tiny sand people. Maybe I'll draw the where he's holding up the pearl. Oh, actually, you know, somebody asked me what the next live stream is. I think I do know what that is. I'm going to be drawing Wonder Woman, guys. That's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be drawing Wonder Woman. That's what I'm going to be doing. Wonder Woman is coming out on the 25th. So I might be doing a Wonder Woman live stream later this week, guys. Okay, but we'll see, guys, okay? You guys will know. It depends on if I could get this video out when I want to get it out. If I can't, then we'll see. Like, it's not a requirement it comes out on the 25th, but I would like it to. Oh, by the way, guys, I was supposed to have a brand deal video out yesterday, but I'm still waiting for the client to approve the brand deal video. So when that brand deal video comes out, please support it. Do me a huge favor and watch that video. It will mean a lot to me and my channel if you could do that, and even if you guys were to download the game, just to you know, even just to support me, it would mean a lot. It would mean a lot if you can. Okay, I won't mention the game yet because I actually want you to download it from that link from the video. So don't do it yet. Okay, don't do it yet. Okay. What paper do I use? This is a Strathmore crystal board. Dragula wants to be my thumbnailer. Oh, thank you for the offer, my friend. Thank you for the offer. But I think I'm doing all right for now. But thank you so much for the offer, my friend. Appreciate it. Super hyped for Wonder Woman. Yeah, for sure. Me too. And so many great reviews, right? So many great reviews. Which is why I want to do a piece for it, right? So maybe you guys can help me out. Maybe you could do this in the Discord, guys. If you, or maybe you could tweet me, guys. I am looking because I'm going to be trying to draw as many Wonder Woman as I can. So I'm looking, and I've been trying to look for it. Like, I've been Googling it, and maybe you guys could help me out. I'm trying to find all Wonder Woman outfits and costumes. So I want to do something similar to Batman that I've done and everything. But it's hard to find. It's definitely hard to find. So if any of you have any time, if you want to help me out, and maybe you could tweet me a list, or if you find a website that could help, by all means, please, because especially recently, in the last couple of years, there has been a lot of more suits that have come out, right? So, anyone would like to help me out, by all means, I would appreciate the help for sure. So if you want to throw that in the Discord, if you're part of the Discord or not, or if you want to tweet me, be the two best places to do that if you guys want to help out, okay? If you have time. Thank you, York. PM, private message me, York, if you could do that for me. By the way, guys, I did mention, because I'm from Canada, we can't get HBO Max here. I actually looked it up. I wanted to get it just for Wonder Woman, and it looks like I can't. So maybe that's a better thing. Like, even if I had to pay to watch it, like pay like a regular rental fee to watch it, maybe that's better. Because I can't see myself needing the monthly for that. Okay, 11 minutes to spare. I got two in there. Now, because we have 11 minutes to spare, let me see if I could get a quick background going on in here. Let me see if there's... Is it just better just to do some mountains? You know who I didn't put in here? I didn't put Amy Sedaris. I just realized that. I don't have Amy Sedaris anywhere. Let me quickly look up. Moss... see, Mandalorian, Moss Pelgo. That's it. Pelgo, that's it. I'm trying to remember the name of the city. Moss Pelgo. Excuse me. Okay, we got 10 minutes left. Let's see if I can do a very, very quick background here. Or, you know, I got a better idea. Instead of doing the city, I'm going to draw something else. I just had a better idea. I have a better idea, my friends. I have a better idea. I just had a better idea, guys. There you go. Okay, we got 10 minutes. 10 minutes, 1 minute, 10 seconds here. Let's go back to the top here. Do I want all the one from the outfits of comics and cartoons? Absolutely, New York. Yep, please. As many as possible. It'd be nice to get to 100. It'd be nice to get to 100 just because, well, 50 is a nice number too. 50 is a nice number too, but 100's better because more people react to 100. So as many as you could get me, brother. As many as you could get me. This is James drawing a bantha. no, seconds. There you go. Kevin, it's early, my friend. It's early. This is only 1 of 8, my friend. We're only doing the first episode right now. Kevin, don't worry. I actually laid out the entire thing. So we'll get there, my friend. You gotta be patient, though. We have 21 hours left. So lots to go. Lots to go. New York, my friend. New York. And definitely give you a plug in the video, my friend. Thank you, my friend. You are the best. Because even now, like, they just came out with a brand new Wonder Woman for the Dark Metal Wonder Woman, where she's like all gold and stuff. A lot of stuff. Now, part of me thinks this wasn't very smart to do this, guys. I'm adding stuff that wasn't there in my original layout. Maybe I should have moved on to the next episode, even though I I had extra time. But, oh well. I'm here already. Oh, there you go. Thank you, Speed. Thank you, guys. Thank you guys for helping me out. Appreciate that, my friends. So, if all goes well, then, guys, we will be definitely doing more streams later this week. I will need this video out first, though, so we probably won't do it maybe even until Thursday. Probably won't do it until Thursday. Which is fine, because this video can wait till the weekend, right? It doesn't have to come out on the holiday. And of course, I am sure a lot of you guys want some holiday time, right? For sure, with your families. And I really do always stress, even to my students, sometimes you guys just need to take some time off, and really enjoy the people that mean the most to you in your life. Yeah, there you go. Thank you, guys. Appreciate that. Will it just be Diana or characters who claimed the Wonder Woman title? That's a good question. Maybe both. Maybe both, Kevin. Maybe. Like, for example, Artemis. Artemis, who I actually really, I was a huge fan of the Artemis run, mainly because I was a huge fan of the art. Like Mike Diodato. That's how I got introduced to Mike Diodato back in the day. He was like this artist that was like really highly touted artist at the time, and he's done a lot of work since. He's one of those guys who've been around for a long time. Thank you, Web King. Thank you. And who else was there? Nubia? I haven't heard Nubia, but for sure. Why not? There's even Wonder Man. We could put Wonder Man in there. I've heard of Wonder Man. Okay. I'll be away starting tomorrow. Right on. Well, enjoy your time off there, Charles, you know? Sometimes it's nice to disconnect from this crazy social media world, you know? Go eat breakfast, my friend Speed. Go eat breakfast. It's 6 a.m. for me. I should eat some breakfast. Well, okay, let me ask you guys this, okay? Because you guys are here, you're my buddies. Wonder Bread. Wonder Bread from Marvel. You guys are funny. Let me ask you guys this, because you guys are my buddies, you're my friends. What kind of video should I do? What could be the angle? Now, you saw the angle before, like, for example, the Spider-Man one. I played Ned's dad. For those of you who watched, and thank you guys for watching, appreciate that. I played Ned's dad. What angle could I do for the Wonder Woman that won't require VFX? Okay, I will say won't require VFX because right now Kevin is hard at work at on this video. Though the VFX in this video, it's not the craziest in the world. It's not crazy. So don't expect anything crazy. It's just a little bit of VFX at the end of the video, and he's working on the Keanu Reeves video right now. So those are the two things he's working on. By the way, subscribe to my buddy Kevin. I used to say you can subscribe to his channel he does with his friends, Red Curtain Entertainment, but it's actually more important you subscribe to his personal channel, Dr. Masaki. Dr. Masaki. That's the name of his personal channel. If you guys want to subscribe to him there, he's an excellent filmmaker. Excellent filmmaker. So. And we're at the 1 minute here. Linda Carter, absolutely. All of it, Kevin, all of it. Okay, there you go. More art agent, for sure. Yeah. Definitely more art agent. No clue. Maybe I could do another fake interview with Gal Gadot or something. I don't know. Maybe we could do something with her Imagine video. Okay, I think we are good, and we have 50 seconds left to spare, so I might as well just use the 50 seconds just to kind of tidy this up a little bit. So there you go, guys. 1 episode down, 7 more to go. 3 hours in, okay? So 3 hours in, 1 episode down. So feel pretty confident with this one, guys. We were able to add just a little bit more than... we're at just a little bit more than the other ones. Though the next one here, there's actually more technical things going on in the next one, which might take a little bit longer. So now I'm thinking about it. Maybe I should have saved the time and did the other one. Okay, moving on to the next one, guys. Moving on to the next one. I could be Zeus, Wonder Woman's dad. I will not dress as Wonder Woman. I will let you guys know that right now. I'm definitely not going to do that. Be a mechanic for the Wonder Woman's invisible jet. I like that. I like that, Delph. That's funny. That's funny. I'm gonna save that. I like that one. That's not bad. That's not bad. Let me just copy that. That's funny stuff. I like that, Dolph. That's a good one, buddy. That is a good. Let me open up a Google Doc so I won't forget it. Let's see. That's a good one. That's definitely one. Though, you know, again, I'm trying to think of things that are and I'll make sure if I do use that idea, Dolph, I'll definitely give you a shout out in the video. Okay. If I do the idea, That's a great idea, but there's other ideas. Let's see here. Almost died in Canada. Skied through over the fence. Along those same lines, it's like a, you know, finding the invisible rope and just telling the truth. You know, we can do something like that. You know, Word or Google Doc. One thing about Word is, or Google Doc. I use both, but Google Doc, you don't lose your work. It's just there. Okay, guys, we're gonna move on. Okay, let's pause this. Okay, so let me just do one thing here. I'm just going to